Welcome back to Runescape 3's Combat Only Ironman, Nil Skills. Last time, on Runescape 3's Combat Only, we achieved 60 magic, as well as the Guthix staff, allowing us to drain our opponent's defenses. We had our first little taste of PvM bossing. The mole didn't stand a chance. Jeez. We achieved 55 Slayer and 50 attack for the leaf-bladed spear. And last but not least, we unlocked the War's Retreat home teleport, preparing us for our future PvM endeavors. Continuing from the last episode, I decided it was time to send that single Barrows KC so that we could activate the Barrows portal in War's Retreat. This portal isn't just useful for Barrows, as I can use that very same portal to get to Shades much faster for a Slayer task. And here's what I found during that Barrows KC. Oh, and I'll explain Barrows at a later date when it becomes more relevant. We're just doing one KC for now, after all. Ooh, smart pathing. That throws a spanner in the works. That's really cool. All right, one KC at Barrows. We take all the rewards. There we go. And we get out of there. Oh my god. War's Retreat is an instant teleport. Oh, that's so nice. This is literally the hub of PvM, and I am so looking forward to unlocking that Altar of War. Let's attune our first boss portal to Barrows. And it is done. I'm going to train up a little bit more before I do some Barrows. It's tier 70 gear anyways, so. And at Barrows, we will get our best in-slot amulet, the Amulet of the Forsaken. Wow, I guess when I think about it, I don't actually really need the Wilderness Sword anymore, because the War's Retreat teleport is instant, like the sword. I don't have to equip it, and it's technically closer to a bank. Goals, goals, goals. Everybody loves to have some goals. So with that said, it is time to announce the next couple goals that we will be aiming for. At the top, we will be aiming for 100 combat to participate in the highest tier of the Void Pest Control Lander. And mentioning Pest Control, we will be aiming for full Void plus all of the helmets. Now there's actually a side goal which I want to mention, because in RuneScape 3 there are actually upgrade patches that you can get for Void. This changes the armor set from a tier 42 to a tier 52 set. And with the full set also increases the damage dealt by 2%. And yes, Void was reworked on RuneScape 3, so it provides different bonuses than old school RuneScape. We gained some levels, an attack and a Slayer level. Nice, that was a good kill. And a new PB, very cool, 240. There it is, task completed. 65, we get Water Wave. Third Age magic equipment, no way! Cruel Anku of Peril. Go, Battle Chicken, do damage before you disappear. Damn, 2k XP, that's pretty dope. There's blue dragons in the wilderness now? Oh, they're gonna spawn like right here. Let's sit back here. Castellan Avar, the Shattering. I have a Battle Chicken, I have my strongest magic spell, and I'm going to use it against some hellhounds that will spawn here momentarily. That's right, another wilderness flash event, much like the Lost Souls and the Spider Swarm that I showed off previously. This event is the Hellhound Pack. The goal is simple, kill as many hellhounds as you can. Of course, there's a set number, but us being such a low level, odds are we won't make that. We're simply aiming for a contribution XP lamp. Alright, let's kill some hellhounds. They have smart pathing? Oh my god, they don't. This is nice. Very cool, very cool. Man, this is a great event. Oh god. You cannot attack a demon flash mob in Ironman mode. Well, he shouldn't have came over here then, should he? Or there's another person. Well, combat XP lamp. I feel like our defense is always going to need the most help when given the choice between all the combat stats and not prayer or summoning, so I'm just going to chuck it into defense. 1 prayer level, 2 prayer levels, and 79 combat. We didn't quite get a 3rd prayer level, but I will note that this Chaos Altar works different to the one in Old School RuneScape. This one simply acts like a gilded altar, I'm pretty sure, and in Old School RuneScape, the Deep Wilderness Chaos Altar has a 50% chance to save bones, as well as giving the boosted experience rate. So Old School RuneScapes is definitely better, but this one's obviously safer because Wilderness PvP is disabled by default. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet, but praying at this Tribute Stone restores both your prayer and your summoning. It's very useful to have until you have the War's Retreat crystal unlocked. War's Retreat altar? You get the point. I also set the next summoning level goal, which is 28 for the compost mounds. I've done the math, and since we have some bonus XP from these black pearls, I need 189 green charms at the current moment, as well as 189 buckets of sand. We are in dire need of some green charms. There we go. Slayer level coming in. These ravenous ghouls can be safe spotted behind these coffins, which are pretty convenient. Yes, and even this way too. Split bark legs, wow. Oh boy, are those ever a high elk. Holy. 66 magic in the real level to access the magic guild. There's 60 Slayer. We can now kill aberrant specters. And can I just say, this task is pretty much over, so I may as well do my spiel now. These ravenous ghouls are probably gonna be an insanely good task for me as I move forward with the account. They have good high elf drops. I'm pretty sure the XP is really good here. I mean, look at their combat level. They spawn with 14,000 hit points, so they've gotta be good, right? Anyways, 50 tasks in a row and 30 points have been gained. 80 aberrant specters. First task after hitting 60. Trade. Give me the nose peg. Ranged throne. Honestly, that task wasn't too bad. The aberrant specters gave me quite a few drops, some charms, and this contract is complete. I think I'm gonna get the XP this time around, even though the 25k looks really nice, because that will get me a defense level. So, let's read that book. Defense is chosen, and that is 51 defense. Very cool. 53 attack. Wow, everything exploded. Oh, that's 80 combat. Very cool. Hi, me again. Here to remind you that rock slugs are one of the worst tasks ever. I don't understand why you can't just have a bag of salt on your hotbar with the use option. It's drop. I just feel like this would be a huge quality of life. I even have the permanent salt shaker, and I can't add this to my hotbar with a use option. In fact, I can't add it to the hotbar at all. I mean, it'd be fine if there was a way to hold shift and left click the salt option. I've decided I'm gonna start working on the 200 boss kill count requirements so that I can get access to the wonderful Altar of War over there. And this means we're gonna start doing some Barrows. Man, that portal is very convenient. Love it. Welcome to Barrows, your entrance to some light bossing in the mid-game. With some tier 70 gear up for grabs, it's ripe for tomb raiding. The concept of Barrows is very simple. Dig into one of the 6 brothers' crypts, search the tomb to see if the brother is there, and if it is, you kill the brother. Each Barrows brother has a weakness, but as you can see, we are focused on mage to begin with. Now, there was an addition of 2 extra brothers, actually a brother and a sister. However, you have to complete the ritual of the Majorat and Kindred Spirits to access both of them, of which neither we can do. So Barrows will remain the 6 brothers for us. Out of the 6 crypts that you will search, one of the Barrows brothers will be missing, and a ladder will be revealed to the lower crypts. Inside of these larger maze-like crypts, you will find the last brother to kill. But that's only after you run through a simple maze. Every time you enter the crypt, there will be a randomly designated path that you must follow, meaning some of these doors, the red lines on screen, will be disabled, and you have to follow your specified path to the loot room and solve one of the various door puzzles, which will lock you outside of the treasure room. You can kill extra monsters in this crypt and get extra percentage towards your loot roll, but since we're only really going for items here, anything extra we get will just be a bonus. And that's Barrows in a nutshell. Oh my god. 2KC? We get a Verax Brasser? Oh my god. Alright. We take those. Alright. Alright. While we're on the topic of rewards, what are the items I want from Barrows? The main ticket item that we are looking for here is the Amulet of the Forsaken, our best in-slot amulet for this account type. While it may have the best stats for our account, it also provides bonus effects when wearing full Barrows sets of armor and their respective weapons. Secondly, we're aiming for tier 70 weapons. These weapons will give us more accuracy and therefore more damage per second in their respective styles. Mainly, we're aiming for the Aram's Staff or Wand and Book, Darok's Great Axe for slash, a Guthan's War Spear for stab, and either the Torag's Hammers or Varrac's Flail for crush. I'll mention the Carol's Crossbow and the Carol's Pistol Crossbow and Offhand Pistol Crossbow, but the only source of bolt racks we have in RuneScape 3 is from the minigame itself, and I'm not too interested in farming those out. And last but not least, we have full armor sets, of which the Guthan's armor set is the most interesting to me, as when you land a successful hit on an enemy, there's a 25% chance that you will heal for the amount of damage that you dealt. And as you may or may not have noticed, if I'm wearing an Amulet of the Forsaken, I gain an additional 10% health on top of that as well. Sounds pretty good, right? A Magician level, that'll help for being drained. Defeat the Barrows brothers and loot their chest. 5 KC. 60 range has been achieved. Can now use dragon things. Not entirely sure how I'm gonna come across those, but I guess we will find out in time. 55 attack. We get granite stuff now. Turoth boots? What the hell are those? Tier 45 ranged power armor. Interesting, range damage bonus? That's cool. Maybe I just scored myself a new pair of boots. Well, ranging boots at that, but still. There's the task completed. I gotta say, and I'm probably just repeating myself from the last time, but Turoths are freaking great. I need 1 inventory of food, and I can come here, do the whole task in 1 inventory at this point, and that is incredible. I think that's the main thing I want to aim for when I do Slayer tasks. My new kicks are looking a little spiky. There's a prayer level. I just did some research for tier 60 range gear, and I believe the only item that I can get and use at 60 range are the Obby rings, the Toktiz Zil Ul, and they're just the best I can get at tier 60, which is a little surprising. Everything else either requires a quest or skills for me to make it. 61 Slayer, 68 Infernal Mages. That is also a new one. My best friends, the Gnome Food Shop. Ah, yes. You'd love to see it. I guess I can buy these now too, huh? The amount of money I'm getting from the Slayer tasks now, I should say a majority of the Slayer tasks, I really don't think I need to be too insanely picky about how much money I spend on food. 61 range, and I'm thinking I may have just found my block slot. Infernal Mages hit hard. I just started this task, and as you can see here, I started with 68. I've killed 9 of them on task, and I'm already down over half of my inventory of food, which is extremely bad. At least with Aberrant Spectres, I can just stay the whole task, which is incredible. I have a feeling like these are going to be maybe a 3 to 4 inventory task, and that's not too great. Also, their drops are horrible. Whoa. A notorious infernal mage of fear has appeared nearby. That's a lot of damage. Blood runes. Wow. Truly a game-changing drop. It can hit 808. Oh god. That was so extremely close. I managed to squeeze out that task in 3 inventories, but holy, Infernal Mages are not the call. I hate to lose a Slayer Tower task because these contracts are sort of nice, but when it comes down to it, Infernal Mages are not the call. Give me the defense XP. I guess the plus side with having the Barrows brothers as a portal from this place is that whenever I get a Shades task, I can very simply just teleport to Barrows and run west. Oh damn, there's 81 combat. I promise, I'm trying not to save every single level here, but I think capturing the combat level increases on a combat-centric account is pretty important. So you will continue to see those. It appears as if I've found an invisible safe tile right here. That's crazy. Just click to the spot between these two poles here and your character will path. Look, I can't even move there. That's wild. 62 out of 90. 60 tasks completed. I did my 2 kills on Agaroth for this week, and we'll use the bonus XP on summoning as it will save me the charms. And 1 more on summoning. 2.8k bonus XP. That will help us get to our next goal. I rolled a Kalphite Queen task as one of my Reaper tasks, so I decided to give it a shot, and let me tell you, I sincerely regret doing this task. I definitely would have preferred to level a little bit more, but let's get into the boss fight. The Kalphite Queen is a 2-phase boss fight. In phase 1, you can only use melee, as the Kalphite Queen protects from both magic and ranged. After dealing 40,000 melee damage, you will defeat the first form, forcing her to transition to her second phase, in which she is immune to melee. Both Kalphite Queen phases share the same attacks and abilities. There's a Bite, which is a basic melee attack, Lightning, which is a magic attack. It has 100% accuracy, as well as Spines, which is a ranged attack. This also has 100% accuracy and also drains the player's prayer points by 10. At least in the instances where I made it to phase 2 of the Kalphite Queen, I had no prayer left anyways, so that was sort of a moot point. Would I recommend Kalphite Queen at 81 combat? Absolutely not. Avoid this boss like the plague. Wow. That was wild. Finish her. Yes. Shouldn't have eaten that, to be honest. Wow, that's a lot of shark. Man, this melee is rough. Wow, that's a lot of coin. Hey, at least that covered the food I'm using at this boss. Jeez. Would I recommend doing this? Absolutely not. This is horrendous. I'm using 2 inventories of food per kill. But it's okay, because I only have 3 more souls of the Kalphite Queen to reap. Blood Rune. That was easily my best kill yet. I did all of P1 and half of P2 just in 1 inventory of food. However, I definitely cannot recommend this boss at this point in the account. It is not good at all. I can definitely see why the wiki recommends 70 or 75. Anyways, that is Death's assignment done for today. Holy crap, that was... That was rough. I've redone my math with the new amount of bonus XP that we have, and it will take 142 desert worm pouches in order to get to 28 summoning for the compost mound. Now I just need to gather 142 buckets of sand. Here's buckets. Oh, I can buy compost for the next freaking tier. That's awesome. That's good to know. And by tier, I mean the compost mound, level 28 summoning. All right, now that we've got all the buckets that we need, we can just go to the Yanil lodestone and use these buckets on the sand pit. This should not give experience, but if it does, I will be an angry boy. It does not. Okay, very cool. I saw the crafting XP and my heart skipped a beat, but now we fill up all the buckets. Oh, and the War's Retreat teleport will come in super handy for this. And then we simply teleport back to Yanil. Very simple. Oh, get sand from sand. It has a left click option. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that before. Or if I did hover over it before, I'm just noticing it now. Oh, so if I just use the bucket on it, it skips this interface. Oh, that may be a better way to do it. I do want to mention that I could put the Yanil lodestone teleport on the hotbar then set a hotkey to it, but I don't know, this is already plenty fast, and I'm not going to be doing this for much longer anyway, so I don't think it's really worth it. Buckets have been completed, so it seems like I'm going to be using green charms for a while, so I'm going to be using all the spirit gems that I get in order to save as many green charms as possible. Well, goodbye to my cash, that's for sure. Wow, desert worm pouches. Very cool. Oh my god. Did I just get 3 summoning levels in 1 inventory? Oh, I hope I calculated this correctly. We will use a Spirit Ruby now. Another 2 summoning levels. Another 2 summoning levels, alright. Let's take a little rest here. That is another summoning level. Oh, and all my bonus XP has been used up. Boom, that is another summoning level. We grabbed another Spirit Ruby because the last one ran out of charges. So, with the 1,400 spirit shards we just purchased, we will create the last amount of pouches that we need for 28 summoning. Compost mound pouch. And I believe that is the next tier of pouch that we are going to be making later. I think we also hit 82 combat level at some point too. So I think from now on, whenever I do bossing, I'll use the Desert Worm pouch, and whenever I do normal Slayer, I'll use the Dreadfowl pouch. I don't know, I figure I created these, I may as well use them. It's not a huge buff or anything, but it's something, right? So now that my range is above 60, I'm going to start adding a defense XP to whenever I do range. I'll probably actually do the same with magic, at least until my defense is 60. This will hamstring my training a little bit, but I guess that's less defense training I have to do at the end of the day. 62 range. Oh my god, a dragon helmet? Where'd that come from? Holy, I'm just doing your basic tearing up a Turoth's task, and the game decides to drop me a wonderful, wonderful dragon helm. That's wild. Tier 60, can't even wear it yet. Another killer Turoth's task. Just look at that inventory of loot there. Dragon helmet going in. Put that right by the Varix Brassard we got previously. Alright, how does this work? Let's see. Assignment. Block task. Infernal Mages. There's our block. This will probably be adjusted in the future, but at least we'll never have to do Infernal Mages again. I happen to get just enough. Man, I got my head absolutely bashed in there. Wow. Look at that. Almost 10,000 prayer XP, and we get a sack of wild rewards because we actually completed the wilderness event there. I don't think there's anything insanely good we can get from this. I think we can actually get a salamander on this account, a black salamander, which is pretty cool. But let's open this up, see what we get. We get some Chinchampas, Radiant Energy, and a Bloodweed Seed. Interesting. I didn't know it rolled on the table multiple times. So I'm gonna say the energy is useless, the seed's useless, and chins, well, I don't really know how I'd use those, but I know I can actually equip those, so that is an item we can get on RS3, which we can't on Old School Runescape, so that's pretty neat. Again, I don't think I'll ever use it, but it's a cool thought, I guess. Could you enchant this broom for me? Thank you, Nettie, for the free 7,000 magic XP. I'm not gonna lie, I just randomly remembered that I could do this, and this is actually the last person that I can get to in order to do this for now. So I guess I can just destroy the broomstick. In order to get the teleport to the Sorceress's Garden, you need to have completed Diamond in the Rough, and of course, I can't do that right now. And also, that is 84 combat, which is very cool. One more combat level and I can be assigned Barrows for my Reaper task. There's 60 attack, which is really cool. We can now wear dragon equipment, obsidian weapons. We will swap our training to defense so that we can get our better armor sooner rather than later. Oh, wow. Just before we finish the task, we get the off-handed leaf-bladed sword. Very cool, very cool. Now we're just looking for the main one. So upon doing some research, the only dragon weapons I can actually use is the Dragon Defender, obviously, it comes from the Warriors Guild, the Dragon Two-Handed Sword, and the Dragon Spear. Now, maybe I missed something. Feel free to comment down below if I did. So that means that we have two-handed slashing and two-handed stab covered, and the Dragon Defender just sort of acts like a shield. I'm not sure if I'm gonna realistically use it or not. Well, the Dragon Claws don't actually require a quest to wield, you require a quest to get them. And the Dragon Hosta requires the partial completion of Barbarian Training, which requires 35 fire making. So that means our next best tier 60 weaponry is Obsidian. While the Obsidian Maul requires 60 strength, we can use the Obsidian Sword. So we are going to gather some Tokkul and buy some obsidian weaponry. So a bit of ways into this grind, and I sort of realized that my task needs slashing, and the Dragon Two-Handed Sword is what I need for slashing. None of the obsidian weapons actually provide slashing bonus. So I'm going to gear up, try to do some Chaos Elemental, and inevitably die. Probably not, the wilderness is safe, but apparently it's weak to bolts, so good to see it has a weakness. But before we do leave, I will make use of some of the Tokkul that we just gained to buy some obsidian rings. These will come in use at our next Aberrant Spectres task. I sure hope this goes over well because this whole process is excruciating As you can just see, I messed up. The Chaos Elemental, a classic RuneScape boss. As I said earlier, it is weak to bolts, which seemed promising at the time. The Chaos Elemental can attack you with one of 3 attacks. One attack, called Discord, can deal damage of any type, magic, range, or melee. A second attack, called Confusion, will teleport the player to a random area nearby. I made sure to have Auto Retaliate on for this fight, as I wanted to be sure to attack the boss as soon as it hit me after being teleported. And last but not least, Madness. It will unequip the player's main hand weapon and up to 3 other equipped weapons to their inventory, provided they have the inventory space to do so, which is why you saw me buying stews in the previous clip. Of course, the main drop we want from the Chaos Elemental is the Dragon Two-Handed Sword at a drop rate of 1 in 128. Simple boss fight, but I believe we are a little undergeared for it. First kill. I feel like I'd be a lot happier doing this boss if I had easier access to stews, which means I should get access to the Warriors Guild before I try to grind out this boss. Okay. That was totally intentional. All right, 5kc. Honestly, the unequipped thing isn't that bad. Happens like twice in a battle, which is completely manageable. Unlike in old school RuneScape, this clue step is not completable in RuneScape 3. We cannot get a ruby amulet on the account. It is not sold by any store, that is in stock, I should add, and no monster drops it. On old school RuneScape, the mutated Bloodvelds drop ruby amulets, so that is very interesting to me. That is a medium step. Incompletable. Destroyed. Well, I was already considering gearing up for Mole, but a Ring of Life can be obtained from killing Mole, getting the mole parts, exchanging those mole parts with Wyson the Gardener for the bird's nests, and of course these bird's nests will have to contain a ring, and when we pull the ring out of the nest, there's a chance it will be a diamond ring, which can then be enchanted at 57 magic, so we can already enchant it. Let's go exchange our existing mole parts and see if we get anything. Well, according to what I'm reading here, exchanging these actually only gives you seeds nests on RS3, but I guess I may as well do it anyways because I don't have any use for these items, so let's see. I'd like to trade both. Bird's nest, bird's nest? Bird's nest. Yeah, these are just seed nests. Wow, okay. Huh, well that sucks. Well, I guess that's another drop clue. A hearty goodbye to this clue step, as we cannot get a Ring of Life, at least to my knowledge. If you can find a way that I can do, let me know. Another incompletable clue step. This one is actually located in the Khazari jungle, right down here in this location. So we obviously cannot access this area. It requires the Legends quest if memory serves correctly. And of course, we won't be doing that anytime soon. So that is another destroy. How did he poison me? Huh? Oh, he swapped weapons. Oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh. I would roll this clue step again. The last one. Diamond ring. Amulet of power. And nothing on your chest. We've already established that I cannot get a diamond ring. Honestly, I was sort of expecting to get at least one casket out of those 5 clue scrolls. There we are, 85 combat. A big 7-0 tasks have been completed. Nice. So these days, whenever I am out of food, I just come to this store here in the Tree Gnome Stronghold and buy out the store. It regenerates its stock pretty quickly, so you can pretty much buy out the store outside of these crunchies because they're the lowest healing ones. And you can buy teas for 10 coins each, so they're just essentially a better alternative. But yes, you can buy out this store and go do your PVM content, and then whenever you're done and you're out of food again, that store will 100% be restocked. Unlike the shrimp and parrot on Karamja, which takes its time to regenerate food. I should also mention that while I don't have access to this Altar of War, I'm simply teleporting to the Falador Lodestone and running east every time in order to use this Tribute Stone. 10 KC. Nice. The defense level coming in with the Slayer level and completing Death's assignment. Very cool. Holy shit. People turn up for these, huh? The King Black Dragon Rampage is a special event in which the King Black Dragon spawns in the eastern side of the wilderness and causes havoc. Also known as attack the spires and attack the mini dragons that it spawns. And then attack the boss. Don't forget to toggle your protect for magic. And pray you do enough damage to qualify for a reward. This event is always populated because you get a sack of very wild rewards, which contains some very good rewards. No! Well, I tried. So we're not quite at the point where we can contribute enough damage. So, I'm a big fan of this task of ghouls. So what I'm going to do is prefer this task, which will cost me 100 points. And this is all we can do with this for now. I like ghouls a lot because you can safe spot the ravenous ghouls. And they're really good to kill, especially for money. Those high elks, whew, I love stacking them up in the bank. 86 combat. That's 24,000. Coins. There's 70 magic. The prayer level in the forest. Rangers around Mazcab are now feeling brave enough to guide you through shortcuts to Nemi Forest and liberation of Mazcab entrance. Very cool. 65 Slayer. Now kill Dust Devils, though I'm not sure if we can even be assigned to those, so. I know on old school RuneScape we can. 87 combat. 26. I was bored, so I decided to go do some Necromancy. We now have tier 2 talent tree. Skeleton Warrior. Oh, Command Skeleton Warrior. I see, I see. So I think this just makes him do more damage. And there is 30 Necromancy. So sometimes when doing communion rituals like these, you will have distractions appear, and if you interact with those, they will simply give you bonus Necromancy XP. There's this little moth that can spawn around this ritual platform, and when I first clicked that, I was terrified I'd get Hunter XP. But for example, that was a Wandering Soul, and you saw there, extra Necromancy XP. Ah, there's one of the moths. See? And just gave Necromancy XP. Don't tell me I'm gonna get these quests spamming in my chat every time I level up now. I guess I'll get back to you either with milestone levels or when my total souls powering the vessel is 400, because that is the next milestone. And there it is. 40 Necromancy has been achieved. And I actually finished the 400 souls in the well over there a little bit before achieving 40, but I decided to just finish it off. As you can see, 431 souls in here now, and we are prepared for getting up to this next tier, though, yeah, Rune Mythos. We will have to see about that in the future. Here's a stat comparison from the start and the end of the video. Note that we gained 10 combat levels. Hey, thanks for watching. I'd like to give a big thank you to the channel members who, with a monthly membership, support the channel. If you wish to join their ranks and get the videos early, be sure to hit that join button below the video. Wow, notice how we set some goals in this video and then we just did a lot and none of them got accomplished. That's crazy. Well, anyways, I'll see you in the next one.